Hey everybody, this is Dan Petrak. This is my chapter 14 reflection of this story. It is about a kingdom torn in two, and it's when the nation of Israel becomes split in the northern and southern kingdoms of Judah and Israel, and how Solomon's sons fight to gain control. And it's really a consequence of Solomon not finishing well, not seeking God in his life, and really starting to seek other gods. And we see this recurring theme of warring between the tribes, the kingdoms fighting, and then the competition of God's people seeking other gods besides the true God. So I guess when you read these things, it seems like they're never going to figure it out. We see king after king doing the same thing. Some of them come back for a while and have different alliances. But the idea here is that God really doesn't give up on his people, even though they rebel constantly. And he does keep a remnant or the true believers in him safe, even through the generations all the way until today. So I see this part of the story trying to connect with modern day as the church today survives. And then it makes me wonder if we're a kingdom torn in two. There's lots of schisms between different Christians, different beliefs that drive certain people apart. And I think what God truly desires is that we would have unity with Him and unity with each other. And when we go to heaven, that will be the case. We will have, there is only one church. There's only one body of Christ, and I just pray that this body would come together. And this last week we had the horrible tragedies of those children and teachers being shot in Newtown, Connecticut. And that's really, when those tragedies happen, it makes you wonder why. And one thing that sometimes I hear that bothers me is that people want to blame God for those evil things, or wonder if He is in charge of those evil things. And God's will is that all people would come to Him, and He does not wish evil on anyone. Evil is definitely the consequence of a broken world and the consequence of our sin. And the reality is sometimes we deserve what we get, and other times we are innocent and we still have evil happen to us. But it just really makes you question, what is the purpose behind these tragedies? And I don't really know, and I don't think anybody will really know until we get to heaven. But I do know that God truly wants us to seek Him in all circumstances. And I just pray that this Christmas time brings you back to Him. And I think C.S. Lewis put it really well. He says, earth is the closest a believer will ever get to hell. And it's also the place a non-believer will ever get to heaven. So we're in the middle here. And I just pray that we will focus on the light of Christ in this week of Christmas, and that He has given us this ultimate rescue mission to get us out of this world and into His perfect one in heaven. So Christmas wishes, God bless, and I continue to pray for the victims in Newtown.